What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm unboxing another one of my latest Kickstarter deliveries. Literally got these in today. These are Devo's WTF Blades, and it's my understanding that these are a combination of two of his previous decks that he did. So the back design, if this looks familiar, this is going to be the Blades Midnight backs. And then it is the fronts of the decks are going to be the WTF V1 Cardistry decks. So a combination of the front and backs of two different decks that he did in the past. And we're going to take a look at these. There's something really unique about these decks. And before I forget to mention, we're also going to find out who won the giveaway from last week's video, the London Diffractor Gold deck. Look at that, just absolutely amazing, by VXD Gaming. I'll announce the winner of that at the end of the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that to figure out who won this absolutely gorgeous deck from VXD Gaming. And so we'll go ahead and get the cellophane off here, so we can take a better look at the box. And as I take the cellophane off, I think this is a good time for me to remind you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you guys turn on notifications. That way you guys don't miss out on my latest videos. I do occasional giveaways. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I do cardistry, I do some magic, deck unboxings, obviously. And yeah, so we got the cellophane off, so let's go ahead and take a look at the tuck case. Alright, so on the front, this is pretty much going to look like the other Blades edition decks. Devo's up at the top, we got the warrior guy with the sword. We got the moon in the background. Since this is the Midnight Edition, so you'll see that on the Midnight Edition box with the moon in the background. Playing cards in the bottom left-hand corner, and these are the WTF Remix Edition, so you'll see WTF there in the corner. Looking at the back of the box, this is going to be what the back of the card backs look like, and this is pretty much going to be the same as the Blades Midnight Edition. We got the the ninja star, the six-sided ninja star. And then we have, that branches off into the four in the little corner here. And then we have the Blades emblem in the middle. Get in there nice and close. And so, yeah, this is the Blades Midnight Edition card back. And then here on the side, this is the WTF Remix. And on the other side, Devo's Blades Midnight Remix. You guys own the other Blades editions. I mean, the box is always going to look very, very similar. Blades printed at the top, and then at the bottom was ad copy, manufactured by the United States Playing Card Company, Erlanger, Kentucky. There you go. Made in the USA. All artwork copyrighted 2021 Handlordz LLC. And then again, we have no seal here, which is very common with Devo's cards. And so let's go ahead and get this box open. Definitely. And here we have the six-sided star here in the middle on the inside flap, to be expected, and then the plain white tuck on the inside. So here we have the card backs, and as I mentioned again, these are the same as the original Blades Midnight Edition backs. So if you guys have seen those decks before, that's going to look familiar. To be completely honest, I don't know how I feel about this card back. I think I honestly prefer the WTF Cardistry V1 card backs. I think I like this better just because you get the option to do normal facing fans and reverse fan, and you would get the different options for fanning. This way, with this back design, you only get the one-way fan. So not sure if I prefer this over the other one, but I do like the WTF Cardistry V1 backs myself. That I would have preferred instead of this card back, just for more variety. But that's the card back. Oh look, this is actually the card back that I was talking about. The black and white cardistry. I mean, they have the card here so you can see its reference, but I don't know. So that's the first extra card that's included, and then we have the exclamation point here, two-way split design, black and white inverted, and then we got like this little guy with sticking his tongue out. And so this theme is going to be very common throughout the decks, just like it was on the WTF Cardistry V1 decks, right? The split black and white inverted. And so as we go through here, that's what you'll see. I won't go into too much detail just because, if you've seen those decks before in the past, you kind of already know what to look for. Obviously, they are reversible, inverted, right? So if you twist them the other way, they are inverted. and that's kind of what was special about the WTF Cardistry decks. So those are going to be the spades, these are going to be the diamonds, that's going to be the clubs, and then those are your hearts. And then what else we get? We get a question mark and we get a blank. We get a blank, just to help cover some of the fanning and stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, I mean, right off the bat, like obviously these are made to use for fanning and for cardistry and for flourishes. So you'll notice that the pips here, the indices in the corner, they don't really look like your standard indices, right? It's not like your standard spades, diamonds, clubs, and hearts, right? I mean, the hearts are kind of similar, you might be able to pick that up, but everything else is kind of a little bit different. So maybe not so great for playing card games with, right? But what's really unique about this deck is you could spell whatever you want, essentially, with these words, with these letters, sorry, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But here you can see in a nice fan, and a forward fan, you know, like a regular thumb fan, with this way, we will get the big black border on the outside, and then the small little white border on the inside. Really nice contrasting colors there. And then if we face it the other way with the white on the outside, we do another forward facing thumb fan. Now we have the opposite, got the big white on the outside, small black on the inside. So looks really nice, nice contrasting colors. And so, I mean, obviously the special feature on this deck is like the two-way lettering, right? That's what allows you to make the words that you want to spell. So like if I want to spell my name, for example, Gavin, we can pull out the letters for, you know, find the characters or the letters for G-A-V-I-N, just pull those out, and then we can spell my name that way. Although it probably would have looked better if I would have switched these around so it's white. So yeah, that's what that looks like. Actually, that looks a lot better. Yeah, you do the contrasting. There's my name, there's the rest of the deck and the regular numbers. So yeah, very unique, you know, way of the faces on this deck allow you to do that, just because they are like double faced, right, alternating. But one thing I did notice as I was pulling the character out for my name, like you'll notice like the N, right? So the N is the diamonds, which is red, right? And so if I wanted to get N, like it has to be red. So there's no option to have like a white or a black N. Whoops. So like the other N, if I wanted to pull that out, they just happen to be, there's the ace, so it happens to be red also. So I guess, I don't know if that was done on purpose, but like the character, certain characters, like, now if we go for the G, right, so it goes from like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right, so that's where I pulled the G from, and then it goes to M as the king, and then it starts as Z with the ace of diamonds. So if I'm looking for the G again, that's going to be the club. So now it's going to be white and black, and I don't get an option to have a G with like the red in the corner, which maybe I wanted to have a G with the red, right? So maybe if I wanted to spell my name, if I wanted it all to be red or all to be black or white, I don't have that option, because the V has to be red, the N has to be red, and then the other characters, they have to be white. One thing I noticed as I was looking through the characters, that's kind of, I guess, one minor concern that I have, is just the fact that, you know, some people might look at this and like, why is this in white and this in red? Just one thing that I noticed. So you don't really have that option. So those have to be the specific colors that were chosen. Oh, before I forget, you do also get a tutorial. If you guys back the Kickstarter, you get a free video telling you how to do these fans with these decks, to do the spelling, although it's not very difficult. If you guys know like some basic cardistry, you guys know how to do a thumb fan and a giant fan, and then you'll be able to do this. But very, very easy, simple to do. Just, you know, line your letters up, and then you'll just basically do like a giant fan, except you'd only do a giant fan. Outjogged ones are just, you know, the ones that you're spelling, right? So that's basically how you do the spelling fan. And then that one was a little wide, so you have to readjust. But I mean, yeah, you guys get the idea of how you would do that spelling. Again, I'm literally doing this like the first time, just like this whole character spelling thing, but I'm sure once you get more practice in, it will look a lot better. But yeah, there is name spelled out in a ribbon spread. So I mean, that's always an option as well, although I think it doesn't look as good. You probably want to stick to doing it in like a thumb fan or double fan, giant fan, if you can, just because that'll probably give you the best visual impact, something like that. That's the premise. That's the idea of the the WTF cardistry, just being able to spell your name or whatever's name in the deck. It's a really clever design, the way that you have the letters contrasting, right? So it's one way, and then you flip it the other way, and you're able just to hide the numbers that way, or the letters that way. So really clever. Really like the way that this is done, and it still functions as a normal deck of cards if you want to play with it, right? You still have the pips on there, and it works out perfectly because there's 52 cards in the deck. There's 26 characters in the alphabet, which means you get 2 letters of each in a deck, which works out really, really well. So yeah, you basically get to make any word that doesn't use any character more than twice, right? So like here, I just created please sub, please subscribe, and that took me, I don't know, like a minute to pull out the characters, go through, pull out the letters, and then kind of stick those into places. And now we have please sub, that message going through. Again, you could do anything that uses characters no more than twice. If I do this on the table, please sub, that looks a little bit better, I guess. Please sub, please sub. Yeah, so I mean, you can get really creative, and then obviously here on the screen you can see that they've done some really clever, creative looking fans. Again, taking advantage of the fact that you can do black and white, you can do reverse facing, you can do normal facing, all that good stuff. Pretty cool concept. And then the stock, this is like the traditional Blades stock, which I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know, I guess it's like a patented stock that they use. But it feels nice and soft. It's really smooth. Obviously, when you want to do fans, you need them to be smooth and slick. So you definitely get that with this kind of stock. It looks really nice. Let's see if I can figure out cut. The black borders, by the way, that is one thing about these Blades decks, and the black borders, they will start to, ooh, that feels pretty. They will start to kind of wear out over time, right? And you'll see the wear and tear just because of the black. So something to be cautious of when you're using black decks. And yeah, this is that failed very, very easily. So this seems like it is a modern cut deck of cards because it seems to fail so much easier face up into face up. So yeah, this is a modern cut deck of cards, Pharaoh face up and face up. And while I'm doing this, actually, I should have mentioned, you guys seen it earlier, but I want to show you guys on camera. If you Pharaoh like black and the white and you alternate them together, right, you can get some really pretty fans that way where they just kind of alternate black and white. So that is actually a really cool looking fan as well. So you have that option. If you do that, if you do the Pharaoh with the alternating colors, that's also a really cool look as well. So you can get really creative here. Some of these cool looking fans. The stock, I mean, feels good. If you guys have any of the Devo Blades cards, the stock is going to be good. Cool concept. It's going to require a little bit of practice, pulling out the characters, the letters, and then doing your fans. But I do like the concept of being able to spell whatever you want. And the one thing I can't get over though is the back design. Maybe there's some folks out there that really liked the Blades back design and they preferred that with the spelling deck, and so you might want to pick this up. But me personally, I like the WTF V1 Cardistry backs instead. So I think that's kind of the only complaint that I have. Otherwise, everything else I think I like. It's a really cool concept. I don't anticipate a whole lot of people picking this up though, just because it's kind of limited in the features that you want to use. I don't really recommend using this for card games because the pips and indices are a little bit hard to recognize. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for my review of the WTF Blades remix. And then let's figure out who has won the giveaway for the London Diffractor Gold deck by VXD Gaming. Alright guys, we are going to find out who is the winner of the London Diffractor Gold deck by VXD Gaming. Here we have the URL in there. We're going to have everybody gets equal chance, and let's go grab these YouTube comments. We have 39 unique comments. Let's go and figure out who our winner is going to be. Drum roll please. Dun, 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 dun. And our winner is going to be the Dragon. This comment says, Great Britain, continue my dear, I love your channel. The Dragon, I appreciate your comment. Please reach out to me on Instagram, send me a DM, and I'll get your information to you. And thanks to our awesome friends at VXD Gaming, they are going to send you a free London Diffractor Gold deck. Thanks for watching as always, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more giveaways, deck reviews, magic, cardistry, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.